What's up, everybody? Happy June! Hey, we are in the middle of a deal right now that we had to share this creativity, right? So, what we're finding is more and more people are thinking, oh, I want to move, and then it has to happen immediately,
Yeah.
right? So, Mason, you tell a little bit of the story, tell a bit about the
Yeah.
client's background. We'll do a little share and we'll talk about some options.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we've got these great clients. They're absolutely amazing. And I can't tell you how many times this has happened in my career. They're thinking, we're going to sell our home here. We're relocating to be closer to family down south. We don't want to worry about making the sale here contingent. So we're just going to sell our home and then we'll worry about finding down something down south. Well, lo and behold, a property that they absolutely love popped up on the market. They're racing down there to see it, and they're not quite ready to get their home on the market here. They've got a little bit of touch-up paint, just a couple weeks of get sprucing up to get make sure we're putting our best foot forward on the market. So they're like, what do we do? How can we buy this other property before we sell this property? So of course the answer was, well, I know the perfect person to talk to.
Right? Right? And
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. So now, they're meeting with you today, Austin. We went over some of the basics of a bridge loan and what that entails and how it gives you the freedom to purchase that replacement property without having to sell your property first.
Yeah, I love these, and they're becoming more and more popular because especially in tight inventory markets, like the property Mason's talking about down south, like it is like everything they've ever wanted, and it's not even on the market yet, right? So that adds that little extra layer of, hey, we got to hustle, we got to move fast, we got to get these things going, right? And so
Yep.
what does that mean for a bridge loan? So I'm very visual. Bridge loan, like say, typically it anchors one property to the other, and you've got a couple different ways to get this done. There's one which simply will cross collateralize, will literally lean against both properties from an equity standpoint. That's amazing if you're downsizing, if you have a lot of equity, or maybe you're somebody that is, retired, right? It's not like you're hustling that W-2 anymore and we really need our equity to speak for our capacity. There's ones where we can do a 6-month bridge loan that gives you the money for the down payment and builds in payments on your old property, right? Because that's one thing that Mason and I really appreciate that you coached them through because their question was like, well, how quickly can we sell and what is it going to cost us? So I think that if you're looking at this is where you have to have some real conversations with a professional like Mason of, well, it's your choice, right? Like, so when you're talking to somebody about a bridge loan, they're doing a bridge loan and they're selling a property, are there any one or two tips that you're going to give somebody just super quick that they need to do on the property they're selling?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the beautiful thing with the bridge loan is this is a perfect example of this home is, they've been in this home for quite some time, so they've got a lot of stuff. With that bridge loan, they can now purchase their replacement property. They can clear everything out of the home. We can stage it, and it actually may make preparing their home for sale a little bit easier. The nice luxury with that too is they don't have to move twice because right now they were thinking about
Yeah.
moving their stuff into storage and
Oh,
then moving their stuff into a home. So it can actually work in the favor of both the listing to clear stuff out and make life a little bit easier for them to secure their replacement property. So that's really nice, without a doubt. And when we educate our clients, usually what we say is, bridge loans could be a great option. You definitely want to talk to Austin thoroughly about it because there are some extra fees involved. There are some hoops to jump through. You want to know exactly what you're getting into. But like you said, for some of our clients, the extra costs associated with it are well worth not having to move twice, being able to secure the property that they absolutely love and not miss that home. So,
100%. I'll stop the share. I think what you need to hear is if you have any equity in your property, this may be a great option. Remember that points are on acquisition debt. So some of the bridge fees you pay at origination can be a tax write-off, right? So don't think of this as sunk costs. Think of this as a vehicle that helps move your equity the right way. Because I don't know about you, you get a lot better deal on a property when you're not waiting to sell something else versus not. So there's a lot of pros and cons on everything.
yeah, no, you're completely right. And especially in this market where, we're still 30 days on less or less for most homes, a lot of our listings are getting multiple offers on them, and getting a contingent offer can be accepted, can be somewhat difficult. So
Yeah.
being able to not go contingent, being able to put your best foot forward as you're making offers on replacement properties, it's a great option for a lot of our clients.
Well, I'm always thankful to work with you and your team, Mason. Like you have real honest conversations, you give people options, and you're really giving them that freedom to move on and achieve the rest of their goals. So thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate you guys, Austin. It's amazing to be able to have these conversations, touch a little bit on what I know about it, but it's not my wheelhouse. I'm not a lender, I don't deal with these things. I'm showing people property. I'm writing up contracts and that kind of stuff. So being able to send them your way, to give them the ins and the outs, run these scenarios with Austin, make sure that it makes sense for you, so that we can make sure we're on the same team and have a good game plan set up for you. So I'm incredibly grateful for you and your team to have the opportunity to work with you and guide these people in the right direction.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. If you're curious, reach out to either one of us. We're grateful for it, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing rest of your June.
Thanks, guys. Bye.